Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Today, I am excited to bring you a very well requested topic and maybe one of my most asked questions ever as an astrologer, and that is if I am meant for two marriages, if I'm going to have a second marriage, you know, if that is a possibility in my life, right? And so I'm kind of excited to bring you this time. It's a little bittersweet because I'm never excited to bring this news, you know, but for those that need it, I'm excited to bring that information to them, okay? So with that being said, go ahead and pull up your birth chart and we're gonna go ahead and get into the top indicators that, for me, as an astrologer, that are the most obvious signs within a birth chart that shows me that the person may have more than one marriage in their life, or they may be, you know, in store for upset within their current marriages and things of that nature, is what this can be shown. Now, know that if you do have these indicators, just know that it does not mean that it is going to happen for you or that it is. Just know that, but do know that if you are already divorced, if you are already, you know, have already had one marriage, that this is a good potential that you will have another, if that makes sense, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. The first obvious indicator in the birth chart that shows me a person may be in store for multiple marriages or multiple relationships over the course of their life is Rahu or North Node in the 7th house. Now the North Node or Rahu is that horseshoe looking symbol that is going right side up, that looks like a kind of like a you know, like an upside down U. That is Rahu. That's the North Node in the 7th house. If that is in the 7th house, depending on the different types of signs that it is in, more times than not, it will show that this person is here to learn the importance of relationships. And how could you learn the importance of relationships if they aren't challenging, right? This is what this person may be in store for. It does show that there will be ultimate success within their relationships and within their romantic endeavors, but this person will go through quite a turnover within this area of their life, okay? So let me know if you have Rahu or North Node within your 7th house, and let me know what sign it is in, because that also can definitely save you from second marriage, or it could actually, you know, it'll give a different effect. Just let me know what your North Node in the 7th house is in, and I will let you know if that is meant for you. But more so, just generally, this definitely shows quite the turnover within relationships, okay? They will go through very many because they're here to learn the importance of healthy relationships. And again, how could you learn the importance of healthy relationships if you aren't kind of taken through the ringer within the ones that aren't so healthy, all right? So that is that on that first indicator. The second indicator of second marriage or, you know, divorce sometimes, this could show when your 7th house lord or ruler is in a debilitated sign or position. Now wait, before you go, wait, what is he talking about? I'm going to explain. If your ruler of your sign on your 7th house is in an area of the chart that is unfavorable, or a sign that is unfavorable, you are going to find that it may cause upset within your romantic endeavors, within your marriages, okay? So if, let's say, you have Taurus on the 7th house, that means that Venus is the ruler of your 7th house. If you have Aries on your 7th house, that means that Mars is the ruler. If you have Sagittarius in the 7th house, that means that Jupiter is the ruler, okay? So on and so forth. And that ruler, what I mean is when you trace that ruler through where it is sitting natally in your chart, right? If it is in a debilitated house or a debilitated sign that does not agree with harmony, then it is not. It's going to show that there's upset, that there's contention. These are things that, like, I would only know by seeing your chart. So this is one of those things where, you know, you would just have to know about the debilitated signs and debilitated houses. And I think I'll try to do my best within this video to let you know what those are, okay? So keep going within this video and I'll let you know what those debilitated houses are and those debilitated signs, but that is one of the telltale signs, okay? The next indicator for me as an astrologer that shows me a person may be in store for, you know, upset within marriage or even second partnership is all to do with, you know, malefic or unfavorable planets within the 7th house, all right? If this person has, you know, very hard planets like Mars or, you know, Saturn, or even like, you know, or signs that are ruled by those things like Sagittarius or Gemini, or what else? Sagittarius, Gemini, Aries even. Aries or Mars in the 7th, it does indicate that the person will need to go through their first very serious union, and then they may find success in their second union, okay? So this is what will be expressed and shown within the chart, that the person may be more successful within their second marriage, because their first marriage, they will need to get over the karma of that. They will need to alleviate that energy, they will need to express that energy, and once that energy is expressed, then through the second marriage, they will, you know, find success within that, all right? Depending on what's in that second house, well, not the second house, depending on what is in that second marriage's indication within the chart, okay? That is what will be expressed here, right? The next indicator is if a person has multiple planets within their 3rd house, especially if those if you have like more than 3 planets and they are unfavorable. You know, if you have like the outer planets in your 7th house, you know, like, what is it, like Uranus or Neptune and Pluto, if you have those planets really by themselves, but if they are coupled, right, or if you just have a cluster of planets within the 7th house, it shows that there's going to need to be a lot of energy being expressed in this area of life. And more times than not, those planets don't agree, because the 7th house is the house of harmony. You want that house to be as free and as clear and can breathe, but when there's too much energy, it creates chaos, it creates confusion within your relationships, it creates upset within your relationships because there's too much energy, okay? So let me know if you have those placements, or if you have multiple planets in your 7th house, and what they are and what sign they're in, because that can also alter the effect. But more times than not, just generally, when you have multiple planets, especially if they're the outer planets in your 7th house, this is going to cause chaos and confusion and upset, all right? And that you may be better suited for divorce, and then in your second marriage, you may find that because you're no longer dealing with the energy in the 7th house, that it proves more successful for you, okay? The next indicator is, again, going back to the lords and the rulerships of the 7th house. Now, a little bit previously in this video, we got into how to break down the lords a little bit, and what I mean by lords and rulers. They're interchangeable, they're the same thing. Lords and rulers, when I say that, they're the same thing, okay? So going back to that, this is all about if your 7th house lord or ruler is in the 8th, 12th, or 6th house, you're gonna find that this may be a little contentious for you, okay? You may find that you get in your first marriage, and because your 7th lord or your 7th house ruler is in the 6th, the 8th, or the 12th house, that it proves to be an upsetting environment or a hard time for you, okay? Because it will just, these are very debilitated houses. It's not very favorable for the 7th house ruler to be in, okay? So this is what is being expressed here. Also, if your 7th house ruler, meaning the planet that rules your 7th house sign in the chart, if it is in, let's say, the sign of Sagittarius, Gemini, Capricorn, Aries, you're going to find that there's some upset within your first marriage, okay? And that, again, once the energy is out, once the first marriage is done and you're dealing with the 7th house and that energy has been displayed and been done and been dealt with, you're going to find that you are no longer dealing with the 7th house energies. And within your second marriage, hopefully within your second marriage house, you will find that the energy is a bit more favorable and you will be proven successful within your second marriage, okay? Last but not least, if you have Aries or Venus in Aries in the 7th house, this is going to definitely indicate some upset or confusion within your marital life, and may indicate that you will be best served in your second marriage. Also, if the 7th lord is in the 12th house, can indicate loss of the marriage, of the first marriage, okay? So that is one of the indicators. Now, let me know if you guys would if you would like for me to do a video on your second marriage, right? Like how to find second marriage, what your second marriage partner or husband will be, what they will look like, where you will find them. Let me know if you would like a video like that, because I would be happy to do it for you, okay? But again, like I said in the beginning of the video, this video is not to fear monger. This is more so for those that have been in a marriage, right? And they are now single and they're hoping that marriage for them is a possibility or will happen again, okay? So if you are in your current marriage, I want you to continue to live a fruitful and happy life. Don't expect or be looking around the corner. If you do have these placements, try to, carry on as normal, because you never know that you could have one of these placements, but then you can have a different placement within your chart that can overshadow this effect, okay? So do not get paranoid. Do not do anything that makes this happen if you are already married. Again, this video is more so for those who have been married, right? They have these indicators and they are thinking about second marriage. These are sometimes the indicators that will play out, that shows that this person will be better suited in their second marriage, okay? I am wishing you all the best. I am wishing you much abundance, and I will see you on the next video, all right? Bye.